Sweet, just buy a guitar?
No, this is my guitar.
You can't play the guitar.
I know I can't play the guitar.
Those sausage fingers, son. You won't be the next Jimi Hendrix, that's for sure.
You got that right, boss.
They're not sausage fingers. But the best part, you never know what's going to come through that door. This is Pawn Stars.
Here's the C. This is the first one that was printed in the United States. It was printed in Boston.
So this is the book with Moby Dick in it, right?
First, I thought I'd stumbled on a gold mine. What I would like to get is $10,000, and the least I'll take for it is $9,990.
Landing on top of this giant monster. And then they're kind of freaked out because the monster's made of metal. Hatch pops open, they go down inside.
What about everything from space travel to atomic power way before they actually became reality? And this one, he predicted modern submarines.
Elect that.
What would you like to get out of it?
I want $10,000.
10,000.
Yes.
For a book?
For this book.
Corey, I think
These rare books, because let's face it, he's a nerd. But there's a lot of money to be made in first editions, so I need to prove I can handle stuff like this on my own.
So first lesson, we'll concentrate on power chords, which is the way everybody cheats around playing guitar. And it's actually real easy to fret. And then you only have to hit the two. But you know, there's a lot of guys out there that have gigantic hands that seem to get around just fine. And a lot of guys will worry Sometimes if you take this thumb and just roll over just a little bit, it'll stop that string from. Just practice that. Once you get used to keeping that space between your fingers.
A guy brought in a first edition of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I know these things can be really valuable, but he's had it restored, so I don't really know how to price it.
Under the Sea. But it speaks back to what Verne is really famous for, which is these sort of exploration and travel narratives. So Antarctica destroyed most of the copies. So you're looking at maybe 50 or less. We're not sure exactly the number, but it's very small.
Right.
We have points you look for a first American edition. Another thing that the vast majority of them have is a jellyfish design here.
big bucks, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that. The value's really tied into the condition. This book, we've had work done to it. They've kept the original. For collectors, you really want the very best.
Yeah.
So with all of that in mind, I would place this at about, which is a tiny amount for a book this important.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $7,500 for it.
75, how many out there?
Who are you gonna sell it to?
A
A
book collector.
You know, how many of them you know?
None personally. Do 9.
Why can't you do that?
I think 9,500 is going to give you 25% return. I think that's a good number.
Tough negotiator. I was not expecting to go that high. But I'm glad I picked it up because it's one of the rarest first editions that we've ever had come in.
Chum, get up. Every time I go and try something new, they always give me crap about it. It's not my fault. They don't have any. We get a few more lessons in, and I will surprise you.
All right. Corey thinks you're going through a midlife crisis.
No, I just want to learn how to play the guitar. You know, I want to
Change it from girl to squirrel. Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels.
Hey, what do you got here?
Hey man, I got this antique corkscrew. I'd like to sell it to you.
So this right here basically clamps onto the bar, like that. Squeeze down on the bottle, and okay.
Pull the handle.
Okay, that is definitely cool. Does it say the city it was made in?
I haven't cleaned it enough to read it, but it has the date 1896. Yeah, you got one?
No.
I'll be right back.
Hey, come back here.
Ornate bar tools have been around since bars existed. The nice.
All right.
Did you drink with this thing? I just, out of curiosity, why would you want that figure?
The family that put their name on here?
$100 for it?
I don't think so.
Obviously, we're going to agree to disagree. Example of one of my favorite sayings. Just because something's old doesn't mean it's valuable. This guy obviously needs some quick money, but he's not going to.
Signed by Metallica. They had signed the back here, and also I have a banner that I made.
Who's Muya?
It's just an amazing feeling. It kind of was a little bit of a blur, maybe because it's banging my head so much, but it was just so fun and electrifying and awesome. Every more at skiing.
All right.
Oh, they signed both of them?
Yep, they signed both of them. I actually have picture proof too.
They got like 9 Grammys, but the biggest injustice is they lost the Best Metal Album, which was the first time it was ever in the Grammys, to Jethro Tull. They must have hit it off because now they're metal royalty. So what do you want to do with this stuff?
I like to sell it. I was looking to get $5 grand.
$5 grand. The world's biggest Metallica fan.
Oh, cool.
Metallica is a huge band, even today. Stuff like this could be worth a lot to metalheads. I just need to... to check out the signatures. And I guess it doesn't hurt that he's a big Metallica fan.
Wow. This is all about Metallica right here. First 3 albums, hadn't gone so young, it would have been amazing to see what he could have accomplished. When you have Cliff Burton on Metallica pieces, then you've got something kind of unique. Metallica, obviously, that's ink on the fabric. There's no question about that. I'd like to take a look at the Jan. So as we see here, this is a pretty plain signature of Metallica. I love the fact that the guys right here, I'm gonna go down to the Cliff signature. Same thing I'm seeing with my examples here, is I'm seeing Rush signatures, a little sloppy. The most key element of Metallica from the early period is Cliff Burton.
Yep.
But I've really never seen $1,500 to $2,000 each.
Each?
Yes.
I think that's great. I think that's fair.
Okay, cool. Great pieces.
Probably about 4.
I'm thinking more around the $1,000 range.
For both of them?
Reason being is it's going to cost put around it, and I set up the whole
You
display.
have photos right here. You can have them. I got plenty of copies.
I'll go $1,700.
$1,850?
$1,700.
Both. Be making any money off of it.
Get off my case. I thought at least back here in the warehouse, I'd get some peace and quiet. I guess not.
The one-line boss is ball. I just made that up.
Can I just practice in peace, guys?
You need a little more work. Me and the old man were in tune.
Yeah, right.